What's up, family? So I'm sitting out here in the car early in the morning. It's only 6:30 where I'm at. I've been up since 5. I'm waiting to go in here to the workplace. And a lot of chosen ones, we always resonate with the same vibe. We always talk about how we don't get along with average people, with regular people in the world. And it's not that we don't get along with them, it's that our spirit irritates them demons, man. And you got to think back in the biblical days, the same way it happened to Jesus was when he went into crowds, they all shunned him, they all turned their back on him, didn't trust him, didn't believe him. And the same thing still applies to this day, which is why we go through this, because we have to have the same Christ-like spirit, the same Christ-like mindset and heart. We have to understand the type of trials and tribulations that he went through for us to truly have that type of spirit, the Spirit of God, the Spirit of Jesus. And without actually going through that type of adversity, then you wouldn't be able to resonate with it, just like when you're learning a new skill, or maybe if you're in college or you're at a new job, you may know what that job does, but you never truly understand and resonate with it until you've actually done it for some time. You slowly have to build up the character of what that place shows you, So, the best way to learn is by trial. And, and a lot of chosen ones always talk about how they get discriminated against a lot in the job force and stuff like this. And that is true. I had lost a job after 7 years during COVID, and it was because of a jealous supervisor. Which is crazy, because he was supposed to be a supervisor, a leader. And because of the fact that he was jealous that I was more of a leader than he was, because I was way more positive than he was, that I was way more ambitious than he was, that he seen me as smarter than he was, he felt some type of way about that. So he went out of his way to get people to tell on me or tell him anything that I ever did. Like, I couldn't even use the restroom in peace, y'all. And that's how it is for a lot of us chosen ones. They will come at us and try to pull us down as much as we can, as much as they can. But see, what we have to understand is this was the same battles that Jesus went through. This is just our modern day version of what he went through. So we have to be able to resonate with that. And we have to try to look at it through the right lens, through the right perspective, and understand that we are made in the likeness of Jesus. We are made in the likeness of God. That chosen ones are the closest thing in natural form that you are going to get to Jesus. Other than if you have encounters with Jesus and God in the spirit. That's the closest you're going to get. But as far as human form, it just goes to show how they really treated Jesus back in those biblical days. And, if you keep the right perspective like I have, you begin, because I've had this happen to me since I was a young child, and a lot of you chosen ones have too. So if you keep the right perspective, though, and you always stay positive no matter what, and you understand that that God is putting you through the test, that God is putting you through the fire to make you a diamond, that he's trying to build your spirit and build your character, because he has something greater for you. So even though I had lost that job after 7 years, and it did hurt, it hurt the way that I got treated by people that I considered as family. Because once you work for somebody, or even if you're with somebody for 7 years, you consider that person or those people as family, right? Especially if you're a chosen one, because that's how you are. We got the Spirit of God in us. So when there's people that we spend our majority of our time with in a day in, day out, we truly have real, genuine love for them, and we see them as family. You know, and a lot of people ain't that way. You know, a lot of people ain't built that way. A lot of people, it doesn't matter how long they've known you or how long they've been with you, if you can no longer give them things, if you can no longer feed their pleasures, like if you, like, say I was making good money and I had this good job, I had this brand new truck, I had this woman that I was with for 7 years, but when COVID hit and adversity hit, that woman split, right? And it had me shattered at that time. Now, this was about 3.5 years ago. It had me very heartbroken. But that's what God used as my awakening. That's where God completely washed me of all of my sins, washed me of all of my pain, all of the things that I have went through, and truly made me understand that this was all for my greater good, that he pulled them away. He pulls people away, he pulls things away because he has something greater for us. You know, and if we can truly understand that, then we can handle these circumstances and these situations a lot better in our heart and in our minds and in our spirit. We can truly understand that even though this hardship is coming, that it's going to work out in our favor. You know, and then when I lost that job, you know, I also lost my truck because I was paying like $600 a month for this truck. I was so happy to have this truck, man. And I lost the truck because I had lost the job after 7 years where I was making this certain income. You know, I based me getting this truck off of that income. And I had to let go of that as well. So when I took all these losses, you know, it was really hard during that time because I worked so hard to get where I was at. You know, and sometimes it can feel like everything's just falling apart. And, you know, but I submit to you that everything you lost, everything that the enemy took, God will bless you in abundance 10 times what you lost, as long as you keep the right spirit, keep the right heart, keep the right mindset, and keep the right perspective. Now, see, I ended up, so when I lost that truck, I was on foot, y'all, and it was winter time. This was, you know, this was a very tough time. So I'm on foot in the wintertime, done lost my truck, lost the woman that I was with, so she wasn't there to take me to work anymore, and I have no family. I was, you know, very alone during this time. But this alone time is what led me to God. See, unfortunately, us humans are stubborn, even the chosen ones, and we never can truly, truly rely on God until we have no other place to turn but God. And at this time, that was my last thing that I had. Like, that was the only thing that I could rely on, was myself and God. And man, he really came through. Like, he healed my spirit, he healed my mind. He ended up making it to where he gives me a job that is really close to where I lived, to where now I'm making the same money that I was making before, if not better money, and I'm in a way better atmosphere. You know, I'm in an atmosphere where I got 2 dudes now that work around me that I consider my brothers, and one of them is also follows God, which I never had that before. A true brother in Christ, you know. This dude will bring in a Bible and, you know, we'll go over scripture together and everything. you know. And then there's also this other guy that I work with who's very smart with computers, and he teaches me all kinds of stuff on there, when for a long time I hated computers. You know, I was never a tech savvy type of person. And now when you can have this perspective and truly understand that these are all things happening for a purpose, for a reason, it's not only going to build your character, but once God puts certain situations and people in front of you, these new situations are going to teach you things that are going to level you up, that are going to keep rising you to be the person that is meant for your purpose, right? And so I understand what it's like to, you know, as a chosen one, we have very few real friends. Most people like to turn their back on us because of jealousy, because of envy, because of the spirit in them. You know, a lot of people have very unclean spirits or a lot of traumas that they've never dealt with. You know, and us chosen ones are people that truly hold ourselves accountable. So the fact that we hold ourselves accountable alone is a reason why it triggers them, because we are always leveling up. We are always seeing like, this is wrong, this is right. We don't need to do this. And you know, when you call out truth, when you speak truth the same way Jesus spoke truth, it's going to cause enemies around you. That's just the facts. But if you truly look at it from this perspective, it's a blessing in disguise. Because do you really want people that don't have good intentions, that ain't able to stand on the truth that you're able to stand on? People that only want you around for the benefits that you can give them. People that will take from you, but never give back. And the more I look back on it, it's like, no, I do not want those people in my life, right? I want genuine people, genuine souls, people that truly care about me to be in my circle. You know, I would rather stand alone and stand on truth and stand on real and stand with God than to have a million fake people around me. Because the more fake people that you have around you, the more chances that you have to get burned, to get hurt, to get lied to. You know, so if you are alone in this season, I just want you to truly understand that it's a blessing in disguise, and this is a time where you need to get the closest to your Creator, the closest to your spirit, raise your vibration, raise your consciousness in all ways. And this is a lot of the reasons why I teach a lot of fitness and mindset on this channel. Because as important as it is to get close to God, you have to understand the principles and the steps it takes to raise your vibration as a chosen one. You know, which is health, which is fitness, which is knowledge, which is truth, understanding, you know, learning, always being able to be a sponge and learn from every situation around you. You have to learn from every situation around you as a chosen one and see the good in it. Extract the bad out of it and understand why it happened and let it go. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. And extract all the positive from it, keep it in your mind, body, and spirit, and take it with you to that next level so that you can continue to level up as a chosen one of God, and that you can help others do the same. You know, so I just wanted to drop this little message of inspiration on you before I go in here, y'all. Never forget, you know, to always keep that positive mindset. That's why I always stay focused, stay positive, stay blessed, you know, in that order. Because if you always stay focused and you always stay positive, you will always stay blessed. because your perspective and the way that you see things around you is everything. Never forget that, family. Again, I love y'all. Have a great day. Have a great week. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And again, any links to coaching or to donate to the kingdom will be down in the description. And you guys have a blessed day, man. I'll see you on the next video. Salute.